It's August, and guess what I get to do? I get to pick the pears on my tree. Now, it's very hard to determine whether or not a pear is ripe on the tree. I've been testing them, at least once a week for the last couple of weeks. But finally, I have the actual symbol, the sign that says that they are ripe. Ready for it? You ready? Look, when they start to fall on the ground, and they're still hard. See that? These fell this morning. Isn't that a lovely pear? And then when you bite into it, it's juicy and soft and delicious. Yes. That is how I know they're ripe. When they start to fall from the tree themselves. If they haven't fallen from the tree by themselves yet. And I don't mean like one here, one there. I mean like falling from the tree. You see this? Fell from the tree, fell from the tree, fell from the tree, fell from the tree. Over there. Fell from the tree and fell from the tree of all sizes. And you see, these are ones that are rotted on the ground. And then over there, you see, they're falling from the tree. And then after they fall from the tree, if they're not eaten, they will rot. So guess what I get to do? I get to pick the pears. I wonder if I can reach all of them though. All right, let's start. Another sign is that they're really easy to take off the tree. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Yep, you see that? Really easy to take off the tree. And I'm gonna put them in this bowl. I wonder if the bowl is big enough. We'll see. But when they just snap right off, they are ready. And that's pretty much true for any fruit. Whoa, you see? And that is why they fall to the ground, is because they are ready. Now, I want you guys to notice something. Do you see the size of these pears? Do you see them? And I picked 3 of them from this bunch. So if there were 3 and there are 4 left, there were 7 on this bunch, right? Do you see that? And they're big. They're big pears. So what does that tell you about thinning? What does it tell you about thinning? Do you really need to thin out your fruit trees? Because I've noticed that you don't. You don't really have to. You still get plenty of fruit on the end of the branch without thinning. And as you can see, they're good sized. These are good sized pears. If I would have thinned them, I would have had 1 instead of 7. Goodness. Okay. These are still very young. They're small. I'm going to leave them. This also I'm going to leave. Oh, did you see that? That one fell on its own. You see, these I get to leave. I'll be able to pick them in a couple of weeks. That's a nice thing also about having a fruit tree at home, is that you get to pick things as they ripen. And it's fresh. Look at that. Where's that one that just fell? Still good. Okay, let me do more. Oh, you see, it falls on its own. Goodness. All right. Yeah, some of these, I just touched them. What? You see that? I just touched them and they fall off. I don't have to do much. but I will use both hands. So when I have finished, look at this. You see, here's another. Look at that. Look at how many. And they're huge. They're really big. You see, that's why I don't thin them. Anyway, I'm gonna pick these. How am I gonna get those up there? How? Well, that's easy. Fruit picker. Now, you see, so many people have told me in the past, so many people have said, oh, Shoshana, you shouldn't let your tree grow so big. If you let it grow so tall, you won't be able to get the fruit down. Okay, right? Or you're gonna have to have a ladder, and it's gonna be so dangerous. Okay. Or what's even worse is that the birds are gonna get them. Okay. But I guess those people don't think about this little trick. No ladder necessary. It's just a very long claw. It's called a fruit picker, actually. And you see, it's got this, and it extends to 3 meters. I have it right now on its shortest extension, which means it's not extended at all. But I just go in and I pick my fruit. It's so easy. No ladders. It's very easy. I'm going to show you. Look at that. That is a bird testing it out to see if it's ripe. Now, so that is one side of the tree. That is a big bowl. That is a really big bowl. And it does not include the ones that fell to the ground that, were already too ripe. It doesn't include the ones that I've been picking up and eating for the last week. Because every now and then, there's a ripe one, but then next to that one wasn't one that was ripe. So I had to wait for them to all ripen. So now I get to do the other side of the tree. But before I can do that, I have to empty out this bowl. Since I have to empty out this bowl anyway in order to reuse it, I figured now is a good time for me to weigh the bowl so that I can find out how many kilos of pears I received. The bowl weighs 1 kilo 200 grams. That is a heavy bowl. This is the second half of the tree. It's heavy. There we go. 2 whole bowlfuls. Let's see how much they weigh. That went around twice. So that means that that one bowl is 11 kilo, almost 200. So we need to take off a kilo 1200. So that comes out to 9 kilo 800 grams for this bowl. So I'm going to take these and stick them in these baskets. In the meantime, those are in that nice little basket there, and now we're going to put these in the bowl. They're in. Let's see how much they weigh. That one also went around the same twice, so it is slightly less, but pretty much around the same. So we have 9.8 kilos times 2. So if you ask me, I don't think that's a bad harvest. But guess what? Just looking to my right, guess what I just noticed? Don't know if you can see it, but I missed one. I guess I'll have it on a breakfast one day. Did you see that? 19.5 kilos of pears. 19.5. Now, all of those pears came from a bunch, a cluster. If I would have thinned them at the beginning of the season or in the middle of the season, I would have had 1/5 of what I harvested today. And would the pears have been much larger? Not really. And in fact, these on the clusters, you had one really large pear, and then the other ones were only slightly smaller. So seriously, when you have a home garden tree, or you're not in a commercial grade, you're not selling them to people, don't thin your fruit. Just don't. You'll get a lot more out of it if you don't. Until next time.